Hey guys, what be up? No pitchforks? What? No. Why would there be pitchforks? It's terrible. No, I'm not looking for pitchforks. But hey, welcome back to another fireside chat. So I might give it here another few more minutes for people to pile in. We're up to 6. Huzzah. And as the title implies, we're going to be talking about sexy women in the media and why they're important. So who all do I have? I have Falcon Millennial. There's other people watching, but I guess they're staying quiet. Let's see. Oh, what do you guys think of the new setup? I think the jack-o'-lantern was getting old very quick, so I want to play with different layouts. I think that would be fun. But anyway, making people wait. Pitchforks. Hey, I opened the doors 15 minutes till instead of a half an hour. So there. I'm gonna adjust this real quick. There we go. As you guys have, if you guys been looking around and what's been going around in the, the media in regards to like characters getting a remake, I know that there was a big issue with Black Cat in regards to Spider-Man, and it ended up being one of the artists just pretty much LARPing. When it comes to sexy women in the media, in general, there's nothing wrong with them. There really isn't. Is there a balance? Yes, of course there's a balance. But with what's going on with the PC culture moving in and all these feminists trying to rewrite what a sexy woman is, whether it be her size, how she looks, how much cleavage she shows, it's getting to a ridiculous point to where it's almost laughable, and usually it costs companies money. For me, like I said, I don't have an issue with sexy women at all. There's actually a few of them, as you can see. I made this costume 2 years ago for Halloween, inspiration Jessica Rabbit. It's actually kind of hard to find a legit costume of Jessica Rabbit. But anyway, that's just one example of a sexy character. She's unrealistic, but again, she's very much looked upon as an icon. A lot of women try to be her, a lot of women try to dress like her, and of course, her body type isn't realistic at all. And that's actually something I wanted to talk about, why, and it's probably more than obvious, but talk about why you have such an emphasis when it comes to sexy characters, like on certain aspects of them. Like a lot of them sometimes have an oversized chest, an itty bitty waist, or their hair is long and flowing and doesn't usually make sense, or they're wearing something really skin tight. Obviously, like I said, it's emphasized of what people are attracted to when they think of a sexy woman. You have nice sized chest, you have an itty bitty waist. Not saying that's the norm. I'm not saying it's normal for people to be Barbie. That's not what I'm talking about. But again, in a way, I don't think there's a wrong with that emphasis. And like, yeah, people can take it too far. Jessica Rabbit is a perfect example, but at the same time, she's also another example of what a good emphasis looks like. And don't ever try to be Jessica Rabbit body-wise. You'll kill yourself. Hi, I got people. Cool. Zygote, I for one am sick of sex-negative feminist assholes attacking anything attractive. Takio says hi. Falcon says, I think the bigger question is the sexuality a big factor? Are people thinking sexy women are interesting? And you know, that is true. when it comes to sexy characters, you first have to look at what makes them sexy, because not all of them are given the stereotypical look. It could be the way they act, the way they respond to the other characters. It could be what they do. Another good example of a good character, how she is made to look attractive and sexy, but she's also useful. She's not a bimbo. Black Widow is played by Scarlett Johansson in the Avengers series. She's very much attractive. She's very much on her feet. She's respected a great deal by the other heroes around her: Iron Man, Captain America, Arrow. I know that there was a small dynamic between her and Arrow for a while, but no, that is another good example of a sexy character that's also an interesting character. When they first introduced Black Widow, she's being interrogated by, I believe, 2 Nazi commanders or 2 Soviet commanders. I don't quite remember the uniform, but she casually answers the phone and pretty much says, "Yeah, I'm almost done," and then beats the crap out of the 2 guys. So she's another good example there. What's another good example of an interesting yet sexy character? One that I grew up with was the Angelina Jolie Lara Croft. And this was before Jolie completely destroyed her body, like before she had her episodes and all that other stuff. I grew up with that version of Tomb Raider, not the games, but the movie series that came out. Again, she was on her feet. She was seductive. She was highly respected by the characters around her. She could do a lot of cool stuff. She was an archaeologist. She was a historian. She was a fighter. So that is another good example of a good character. I don't really know the new variation. I know that they redid the image of Lara Croft, and she's younger, a bit more naive from what I've seen, but I'm not really familiar with the new character. Russian mobsters. SJW logic equals sexy equals sexist. For the most part, yes. A lot of what we've seen go on, you guys are familiar with the slut walks. Feminists will go topless and then they'll shriek and they'll moan. I was like, well, don't look at me, you're making me a sex object. No, you're pretty much doing that yourself. But when they have these slut walks, they go after, and I'm not saying I'm for these jobs, but they contradict themselves and go after showgirls. They go after, what is the job that just got decimated? It's like a showgirl job. I want to say they're grind girls. They're a type of showgirl, and that job got done away with because a bunch of feminists like freaking squawked about it. Oh, and that was another thing too. I'm not really for beauty pageants, but that was another thing they went after. Is they made such a fuss about the swimsuit part of the beauty pageants that now no beauty pageant will do them. That part is completely done away with. Which is contradictory because they walk around topless expecting to be respected, and they go after all these jobs, whether they be entertainers, showgirls, grind girls, parts of competition. So it really is frustrating. I think I saw someone else here. Grind girls, Formula One. Okay, yeah, there you go. I believe Formula One is racing. Hey, it's Facepalm Migraine. Hey, you. How are you? Facepalm is someone who's been around my channel for a while, so cool. Glad you're here. But yeah, not to derail too much. But yeah, there are good examples of sexy and interesting characters. Like I said, you have Black Widow. I didn't really grow up with Black Widow. I grew up with more of Lara Croft. And then you also have Black Cat. As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, you have Black Cat, which has gotten an awful, awful remake. and it just looks bad. It looks like the artist, the new artist for Black Cat, is LARPing, and her chin is oversized, and it's just, oh, it's so bad. That's another character I grew up with. I watched the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, and I remember seeing her in the cartoon, the games, and I enjoyed watching her. Now, granted, yes, I don't mind a little bit of cleavage, and if the girl's hanging out, I mean, come on, put on a damn shirt. But with Black Cat, they didn't always expose all that. She still looked nice. She was pretty much a thief. She would get herself in a little bit of trouble, and her and Spider-Man had a good camaraderie going. They'd flirt back and forth, but once again, she's another sexy character that can take care of herself. She just wasn't there to tease the guys, and she wasn't a bimbo. Another one that I grew up with, so I'm just kind of naming these off of the top of my head. Catwoman, 1990s Batman cartoon. She was another one. If you guys aren't familiar with that version, she's one that had the gray suit with a golden belt and a black facial mask, and Selena Kyle was portrayed as a blonde lady, and at times a animal activist in that one, a jewelry thief. I didn't like what they did with her with the new animated version of Batman and Robin. That was horrendous. But anyway, she's another good character that was, when she was on screen, she was enjoyable. They didn't go too far with her. There was a nice balance. So she's another good character. And there are sexy characters that are just there for the sex appeal, and they're the most irritating or dumbest characters around. So there are times to where they do go too far, whether it be games, movies, and something that has irritated me. And like I said, I don't mind sexy girls. I think that they are important to have in the media. And they're not just for guys either, guys, and this is going to sound real sexist. I'm not trying to be sexist. Is a lot of a lot of guys see them as fapping material, and that's a whole nother road. But anyway, sexy women are not just for guys. They're for women too. And I'm not talking about in the gay sense, but like I said, I'm dressed as my own version of Jessica Rabbit. I liked her in the movie, and would I like to be that with my husband? Yeah, it just, try not to get like too inappropriate, but hopefully you guys know what I'm saying. Let's see, Facepalm says cleavage is fine. Chitara, She-Ra were very feminine but strong. Chitara, She-Ra, I'm not familiar with the old She-Ra. I know what they're doing with the new version, which I will say here real quick, too many people are bitching about that because it's a younger version of She-Ra. She looks to be like 13 to 14, so she looks more like a tomboy at that point and not fully grown. So, but yeah, I have seen the old design of She-Ra when she was fully mature and fully grown. Yeah, she was another good-looking character. Zia Gold says, not just Black Cat, a lot of Marvel women have been made to look unattractive or like guys. Yeah, and you know, that is true. They're starting to become androgynous, so to speak, to where they take away their feminine features and try to make them just look kind of blonde. And I'm not for that at all. Like I said, there is a balance. Like, I'll give an example of a bad balance. I can't remember which one it is, but it's one of the Soul Calibur games, and you have a chick in there. She's a fighter. She has white hair, white short hair, and her armor, I want to say, is like burgundy with silver lining. No, sorry, I got a cat trying to come in. No, Angel. Sorry, they like to crawl around my desk. But anyway, as I was saying, you have this character, and her armor is very, very small, and her boobs pretty much just flop around as she fights. That is a bit ridiculous. Let's see. Falcon Millennial says, I'm going to seem like a nerd. You would like the women in HBO miniseries, The Pacific Real Women, when the men were back home, or in AUS or Us. Geogold, a younger tomboy version, is one thing, but this She-Ra looks like a dude. Facepalm, migraine says kitty. Yes, that's my little Tori. Well, with this new She-Ra, and I said this in my video because I made a video after like all the reactions I've seen. She could be, and I don't think they really clarified the age of She-Ra, but she could be at the age to where she hasn't fully developed yet, and she's just in between. Some girls do look kind of boyish when they are getting ready to go full on puberty, or they're just in between. I honestly don't see an issue with it. To me, she's still very much feminine. I know that there's been massive character redesigns. Like, I can't remember the other chick's name. It was in the screenshot with She-Ra and Bo, and it was like the fairy looking character that was holding She-Ra's sword. I forgot who she's supposed to be. And I even said in my video that they felt like they were supposed to be younger versions. Now, where they go with the show, I don't know. I know that they've been trying to pump a lot of girl power and inclusivity and all that other bullshit in there, and it kind of ruins the show. What's another one that I think it's a little girl show, but they're trying to High Sugar Spice. Do I have the right name? It's the one where they put out a trailer and everybody's bragging out how they have like an all-female team, and the show looks nice, but again, the inclusive shit needs to go. Nobody cares. And I feel like they're doing that more and more with the sexy characters. Oh, well, you need to be inclusive. Let's make them trans. Let's make them this. Let's make them that. Like, no. Leave them alone. Leave all these well-established characters alone. And I'm actually surprised. I know that they're more DC than Marvel. I'm actually surprised that the characters out of DC, like you have Harley, Poison Ivy, Selena Kyle, I'm actually surprised they never got messed with. I'm glad they never did. But I think DC caught on a bit more than Marvel when it came to that crap. Let me see if I got anybody waiting. Nope. If you guys want to jump into the Discord and have a more detailed discussion about what your thoughts, the link to my Discord is in my Twitter. I'll just dump it in the chat if you guys want to join in on that. Let's see, She-Ra is 15 in the reboot. Zeogold says, Minuteman, I require more booty-based girls. Facepalm, remember that Daphne on Scooby-Doo was around 16. All of the gang were juniors in high school. I do remember that. They were very much in high school, and Daphne had that feminine physique to her, and it's kind of a tricky balance. Because on one hand, you do have people going, oh, well, She-Ra looks a little bit boyish, and if she's 15, shouldn't she be a little bit more developed? Her clothes make it to where it seems like she doesn't have a chest at all. I know I've seen her outfit when she goes full on She-Ra, it's more modest than anything, which I don't have an issue with. If she is 15, see, this is so difficult because I know a lot of fans are mad at her portrayal, but we haven't seen anything yet. They're just getting mad at the visual aspect of her when she's a minor. So to me, the bitching is unnecessary, but at the same time, when it comes like her full She-Ra outfit, I can see where the more boyish or androgynous aspect comes from. Again, I don't have an issue with it. That's just me. I'm curious to see where the show goes, how the show goes. And I think people kind of need to chill out and at this point get used to their favorite childhood shows being rebooted or completely revamped. New generation. Let's see. Falcon Millennial says some changes in fictional characters can be good, but don't change the base components. And Facepalm says bingo. Yeah, no, and I definitely agree. If you completely take the character and do away with all their foundation concepts, like how they interact, what makes them special, say if they have like a certain quirk that a lot of people find offensive, but it's still funny and it makes them, and you take that away, then yeah, you are going to destroy the character. I definitely agree. And I've talked about this on my channel before, to where, and it was changing the ethnicity of the character. If that is done right, then, and you still have the presence of the character there, what makes that character recognizable, and they behave similar, then yeah, I'm all for it. But yeah, I don't like the fact that what they're doing with all these sexy women characters. Back in my day. With me, I mean, I can name off quite a few more sexy characters, whether it be in anime, movies, because I do know a couple different of anime characters that are considered seductive or sexy, but they're useful. They're not just there to tease the guys. If you look at, like, I'm not an otaku or anything, but I do watch some anime. If you look at Grandmaid Tsunade from Naruto, they very much tease how lewd she is. She's an alcoholic, but she also becomes the 4th Hokage, and she's very much a temper and will pretty much beat the crap out of anybody who messes with her and the people around her. Again, though, she's another seductive, sexy character that's also interesting. You see her soft spots, you see her temper, you see what she cares about, you see her struggles. When they first introduced Grandmaid Tsunade, everybody should have seen freaking Naruto at this point, so I don't care about spoilers. When they first introduced Grandmaid Tsunade, she makes a deal with Kabuto and Orochimaru to try to bring back, I believe it was either her dead husband or her dead son. And because her husband pretty much died in her arms or whatnot while she was giving him medical treatment, she got frozen or panicked anytime she saw blood. And so they show that that was a struggle of the character, and there's character development there. But once again, sexy, interesting character. So, let me see, people in the chat. Okay, Zeogode, getting tired of people like Michael Rowland saying that we only have a problem with She-Ra because we can't fap her. Yeah, no, and that is retarded. I don't like that. Michael Rowlands is a potato. I've seen how he argues. I think I even tried to point something out to him. I know Miss Misa has had issues with Michael Rowlands. He's just a freaking potato. I don't see why people argue with him. Lancer. Yeah, Miss Marvel is like a psycho now. She used to be a voluptuous, but now actually she doesn't have muscles either. She's like the Pee Herman now. Oh, Pee Wee Herman. Okay, that's what you were trying to say. I actually, as much as I grew up with some of the Marvel stuff and DC, sorry, my hair keeps getting in my face. As much as I grew up with the Marvel and DC stuff, Miss Marvel, I was never familiar with who she was. I don't know how she's supposed to interact or how she's supposed to behave. Let me actually pull up a picture real quick. Facepalm migraine. I think that the problem isn't with just the characters, but the trend. Reboots being twisted without respect for original characters. Hollywood is doing this too. No, and that is true. As you have more inclusivity and diversity creep in, and the PC crap, and trying to smash the patriarchy. Yeah, no, you have a lot of freaking bullshit moving in to where characters are getting completely desecrated. Whether that be ethnicity, changing their sexual orientation, or making up some bullshit thing to try to include everybody. Like, take for example, it doesn't have to do with sexy women, But a good example of this is the new Disney is doing another freaking Nutcracker, and guess what they've done? I don't have an issue with changing the ethnicity of the character, but this one is beyond freaking stupid. They made the Nutcracker a person of color, black, but he looks young. He looks younger than Claire. And the Drosselmeyer is played by Morgan Freeman. I love Morgan Freeman as an actor, but that you can just tell, forced diversity. Oh, well, it's originally a thing about white people, or it had nothing but white people, so we're going to shove this color change in, and I give up media at this point. But let me see, because I have seen older pictures of Captain Marvel. Is this, I don't know much about this. Is she supposed to be like a younger Captain Marvel with this movie coming out? Let's see. Lancer, Miss Marvel was a lot how Rainbow Dash is now. She is sweet, loyal, very sure of herself, a cocky hotshot fighter pilot with a cow sign burger. Okay, I'm familiar a little bit with Rainbow Dash's personality, and I'm looking at pictures of Miss Marvel now. What the hell is that? Oh, that's the cartoon. That's the cartoon version. I couldn't even tell who the hell that was. I guess they did a version of her to where she has brown hair and she has like this cape. It looks horrendous though. But yeah, I can see what you guys mean about Captain Marvel not really having any muscles. And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Black Widow and the Avengers have a bit more muscle tone than what they're portraying Miss Marvel to have? Black Widow's an assassin. I need to find out what Miss Marvel's power is. Sorry, like I said, I wasn't familiar with this character growing up. I was more familiar with Captain America, Batman, Superman, Iron Man. But yeah, so yeah, no, I can definitely see what you guys mean. She looks kind of scrawny, and I'm not saying that they have to go all buff with all the Marvel female characters, but if you're going to do the character right, at least pay more attention to the aesthetics a bit more. Yeah, I already heard that there's some controversy around the Miss Marvel movie, and a lot of people are already getting mad. Let's see. Captain Marvel being planned. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna see that one. I don't know how she's supposed to behave. Let's see, Lancer. They had a comic recently with Miss Marvel running it into a cosplayer that looks just like how she used to look, and she attacked her? Yes, I am wearing a shirt. Hey, dude. Oh my god, yes. I'm wearing a shirt. It's a strapless dress. Bad. So okay, see if I can wrap my head around this answer. They had a comic to where Miss Marvel ran into pretty much a fan that was dressed like her, and Miss Marvel attacked the fan? That's kind of weird. Falcon Millennial, Black Widow was fit but not insanely strong like the guys. It was still apparent she was female. Yeah, no, and that's true. Because the way that Black Widow moved around, that she was trim. She was fit. She wasn't bulk. There's a difference between being trim and being bulk. Trim is where your muscles, they do get a bit bulky, but they get trained up to a certain point. And that comes with fighting, to where you start to have like this slim physique, and it's very well defined. You're strong, but if you're not muscle building, you're not going to be as strong. Like a lot of the guys were muscle builders and had more bulk on them. Lancer says, oh, and Miss Marvel is or was my favorite Avenger, tied with Hawkeye, Punisher, and Doctor Strange. That's another character. Doctor Strange was pretty interesting. I've actually kind of fallen away from the media for a while, simply because of all the garbage that they've put out. Another thing that we could talk about that's coming up is Halloween. And that does have to do with sexy females, because you see a lot of people jump on the costumes calling them sexist. I bet you anything we're going to see a deluge of those stupid videos of, oh, don't do this, don't do that during Halloween. No one cares. But that's another thing that people like to jump on and try to decimate, is when women want to dress up as sexy characters for Halloween. And I know that they sometimes take it too far with the sexy costumes. I've seen it where they would advertise those more risky costumes to the teenagers and even the 12-year-olds. I've seen the costumes in Halloween spirit. It does not happen very often. Angel, you're not helping. What are you doing? Are you gonna say hi? Yeah. Sorry, she wants to crawl around, it seems. What? Are you gonna get my lap? You are such a punk. Yes, you. Anyway, as I said, there's always a big debacle about Halloween costumes, and a lot of them have to do with sexy characters or don't dress up as certain ethnicities. It's always so stupid. Zeo Gold. Hi. If you want to see Carol Danvers, that non-SJW, like, Google Miss Marvel Warbird. Okay. Okay, let's see. There's no one in here. Y'all are no fun. Oh. Shambles looks like the Black Canary. I know the Black Canary looks a little bit different with leggings and whatnot and mesh. Yeah, that's another good version. And they did away with this version because reasons. Let's see. I'm surprised we even have Halloween now. They stopped having it in Canada. That's why they don't make MLP Halloween. Wait, why did they stop having Halloween in Canada? Like, was it because it was just too offensive? And technically speaking, it's a Wiccan holiday. It is technically part of the Wiccan faith or Wiccan religion. Huh. I didn't know they stopped having Halloween in Canada. What's another thing that when it comes to sexy women? Another thing that I have it on my notes, sorry, this is a little bit scatterbrained, I'm responding to the comments and looking stuff up. What makes them important? Like, why do you guys feel that they're important? I'll tell you why I think they're important. Yes, hi, Angel. You are not the center of attention right now. But the reason why I think that they're important to me is because they show an expression of how, and this is a fact, how most women want to be. I know that they're trying to redefine what is sexy, which isn't really going to happen, because I know that you have a lot of that body positivity crap. You have, oh, well, not all women have these body types, and that's true. Every woman's body type is different. But what is not sexy is someone who is overly weight. Get out of my teacup. Hey, get out of it. Someone who is overweight and can't really move around. Like, have you guys heard about the newest Marvel character? And I swear to God, these jokes write themselves. She is overweight, but her power is telekinesis. I forgot what her name is. She wears an all-white suit, and they very much emphasize that she has role. She's a blonde character, and she has telekinesis. Like, she can move around, float around, and fly, and it's bad. It's so bad. but you are very distracting, you know that? Hey, don't bite. But anyway, when it comes to the importance of sexy women characters, as I said, it's what many women aspire to be. And I'm not talking about the realistic aspects like superpowers or even the body type, but if you look at how a lot of the attractive female characters are portrayed, they're confident, they're independent, there's growth. They have a good relationship for the most part with their fellow peers, whether it be superheroes or comrades or what have you, and they're fun to watch. I get a kick out of watching the Black Widow. I liked watching Selene Kyle from the 1990s Batman movie or cartoon. So I don't think they need to go away. I think people need to chill out. I do think that a lot of the guys that draw them, I do believe that there needs to be a proper balance. And you know, sometimes that they do need to tone back, as I brought up the character from Soul Calibur a little while back. Boobs pretty much was flopping around, armor really didn't do anything. I know that she was more of a visual character than anything else, but there's a balance. There's a proper balance. Sexy women characters are okay. And the fact that the feminists are trying to make them go away, try to change body standards, trying to go, oh, well, this is the patriarchy. No, it's fucking not, because women like me like seeing them there. We like watching them. We, in a way, want to be like them because they inspire confidence. So, no, screw off. Her name is Faith. Oh, yeah. So, for those of you who want to go look up that new Marvel hero that I talked about, was overweight and had telekinesis and can float and fly, her name is Faith. I found her floating around on Twitter. It's freaking horrific. It's a joke within itself. It is bad. And she's a legit new Marvel hero. She's not a parody character. She's not a parody hero. She is a legit Marvel hero that they are going to install. Or have been installing for a while. Lancer. I've noticed that a lot of new, I noticed that a lot of the new left really dislike busty women. Not only are fictional women not supposed to be busty and fit, but real women are shamed or talked down that are. And that is true. And that has to do with body positivity, like no joke. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make a lot of women think, like, for example, look at Tess Holliday. She is freaking overweight, and I cannot believe Cosmopolitan is freaking pushing her bullshit. She's not healthy. She's not attractive. Sure, she's pretty, but any sane or any rational guy looking at that is gonna think two things. Number one, she's gonna freaking squish me to death. Number two, she's gonna freaking crap out before we even reach the climax. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. They've been trying to change the patriarchal standards for a while now, and for those of us who are small or have thin privilege, we're going like, you're out of your freaking mind. What? I don't want to look like you. You're not healthy. And try to say that you are is freaking utter crap. So that is why any woman who is thin, busty, and attractive gets very much looked down upon or told that they have thin privilege because they're not part of that body positivity scope. They're trying to make big is beautiful or fat is beautiful, and I'm not against people who are overweight, but they are working on ways to better their bodies. They're making themselves healthier, losing that weight. And I don't need to go into the science of how faith really destroys fat, how fat destroys your body. It puts fat around your heart. Have you seen, if you look at pictures of a healthy heart versus a heart that of an obese person, you're gonna see a lot of yellow gunk. I mean, there is science, and they want to deny that. But yeah, that is why women are looked down upon that are healthy, because they're not part of that body positivity norm. They put the image out that being thin and being properly weight is normal, and fat people don't like that. Zia Gold, the Warbird Miss Marvel was done away with because of feminists like Rebecca Cohen and Anita Sarkeesian. God, that woman needs to just shut up. She is so annoying. Saying that she's a tool to oppress. Oh, that she's a tool to oppress women. Okay, it's something else because I've heard. No, oh my god, the cringe. The cringe is real right now. Lancer, I saw a political debate. One of the women lost, and her rebuttal was that the women she was talking to had a big bust. So she was wrong. What the fuck? You should have seen that woman's face being told that. I would have told her she was stupid and to shut up. Oh my god. Feminists are crazy. Facepalm says, Nurkish has several videos about Faith. She is devoid of personality. Well, of course she is. She's not. She is pushing an idea of body positivity and it'll go, oh, hey, well, female superheroes can be fat. They're actually trying to do that with the guy superheroes, too. I saw a YouTube video, and I don't know if it was on one of like the trending channels like BuzzFeed or whatnot, to where somebody went through and made like characters like Superman, Cyclops, and all these fit male characters, made them to be obese or had extra weight when realistically speaking they wouldn't, because they're constantly working out, they're constantly training, they're constantly fighting. So they completely toss out biology and science out the window. Falcon Millennial, fat is not sexy. Healthy and able to bear good kids is a hallmark of beauty. And you know, that is true, and that does tie into what makes both men and women attractive. And yeah, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and bash people, oh, well, you're overweight, you're disgusting. No, like I said, there's a difference between somebody struggling with their weight versus someone who just, oh, well, I'm okay this way, I'm beautiful this way, people should think this is healthy, this is healthy. There are two big differences there. And when you're overweight and you can't move around, you really can't have kids. I'm just saying. It's not realistic. Let's see. Facepalm, Tess Holliday's boyfriend. It's so messed up. Oh my gosh, that's so messed up. Zio Gold says, you want cringe, look up Gynostar. What the fuck is Gynostar? Hold on. I don't know what Gynostar is, or Gynostar. I don't know how you pronounce it. Hold on, it's loading. Could use my phone too. Is Gynostar a Marvel character? Come on. Hold on, I'm gonna have to use my phone. Oh, okay, there we go. What is... Why didn't they ever... What is this? Are you okay? Death to the oligarchs? Okay, what is this? Because I just pulled up like a bunch of images. I imagine she's a parody superhero. This is the third heel you've broken this month. Maybe it's time to invest in some more sensible shoes. I don't understand what this is. Are they poking? Is it supposed to be poking fun at sexy superheroes? I don't know how, but apparently sumo wrestlers are healthy. Technically, no, they're not. From what I remember learning about sumo wrestlers, they have to eat 6 times a day, and they do have a very specific diet. I can't remember what it is. It's been forever. But they do eat 6 times a day, and I think they eat like a lot of protein. Gynostar's massive cringe. Gynostar a feminist? No. Okay, so she's a feminist superhero? Volga. This is just freaking weird. But anyway, see if we can nab some people in here. Ah, you guys are no fun. But yeah, I don't, anytime the feminists try to redefine what sexy is or try to make their own sexy characters, it's bad. They ignore biology, they ignore reality for one. You guys are terrible showing me this awful stuff. Ganastor is Captain Planet for Tumblr. Oh my god. That's funny. See, I'm going through the comics. Let's see. Well, she looks like she's supposed to be a parody character. Why you love the brand. What is all this? Her costume is a little bit obnoxious. It's too much blue. Are you guys sure this is not a parody character? Can't let non-company personnel restrict it. If that's the case, you'll have to set your and shut down pending investigation. Hold on. What is okay? Who is the kid? Is this like a kid? Who is this with the yellow and green? What? God. Let's see. Ganastor comic is filled with misandry, political violence, racism, hatred for centrists and right-wingers. I wouldn't be surprised. Huh. They made a black version of Wonder Woman taking down the Confederate flag. Oh my gosh. I'm not looking up this shit anymore, it's cringy. But yeah. I was kind of hoping someone would pop in here by now. But I don't seem to have any guests. For any of you who have Discord, you can pop in and talk. This would be so much better to have someone else bounce ideas off of. I don't do it too well on my own. See if I can nab someone here. Did you have to lay down right there, Angel? Let's see, who can I nab? I might hit him up. I do apologize. I was hoping this one would get up just a little bit more people with it, but I guess not. My audience is small. That's fine. Let's see. But what are your what are your guys' some of your favorite sexy characters? What are the ones that you remember growing up with? Like I said, mine was Catwoman, Lara Croft, the Angelina Jolie version. I had another one, Jessica Rabbit. Even some of the I wouldn't say the Disney princesses. They're, I don't know. I wouldn't really consider them that. Let's see. Zeo Gold, you don't have that many guests because everyone is working on a response to Lily Pete's current bullshit. I don't know what Pete is up to. I don't go near him if at all possible. He's just crazy. Hi Gabe. Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can nab some people in here. If not, it is what it is. But yeah. hello for those of us, excuse me, for those of you who are just joining. We're talking about sexy women in the media and how feminism is trying to destroy that and trying to go and ruin all these female characters, which they've slowly been doing. So, olive oil, my mother dropped me. What? I don't get it. Lancer, I think Miss Marvel, Witchblade, and various other comic book women. Like I said, Witchblade, I'm not familiar with. I didn't grow up with Witchblade. And as for like comic books in general, I stayed away from those simply because they kept re-jumping the lore or redoing the lore, and you had alternate universes, and I'm just going like, this shit's way too confusing, so I just stuck with the movies and the cartoons. I didn't read the comics. Zeo Gold says, in 2 videos, Lily shits on anime fans and Leo Convoy. When is Lily not kicking up crap? When is that guy not spurging out about something fucking stupid? I mean, seriously. Oh, Olive from Popeye. Okay. Olive oil. Okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now. I remember the coloring books. Didn't really watch the cartoon growing up, but I do remember the coloring books. Let's see. I do apologize. I was hoping this would be a little bit more interactive, and usually I'm able to grab someone, but I guess this is not the case this time, so you just have me. If you guys don't have Discord, I can also do Skype, or I can try to set up a Google Hangout, as much as I dislike those. But yeah. Nope. Angel, watch out. Anime fans are not as bad as Star Wars fans. It depends on the group of anime fans. Because I've met some real cringy ones, and anime in general is a swinging pendulum when it comes to the sexy women thing, because you have it done right, and then you just have straight on fapping material. So it depends on what anime and what group you are hovering around. Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle. Oh, you're talking about Fearless Leader's henchman. Which channel? Oh, if you hop into the hallway, there, Falcon Millennial, there is a section called live streaming. If you hop into the hallway, I can throw you into the fireside chat. For me, the worst fandom is the Warhammer 4000 fans, or Aliens, or Predator movies. Only purists. I've seen the Predator and the Alien movies. They're interesting, but like my husband took me to see 2 of them, and one of them I had to walk out because the gore was a little bit much and it was kind of gross. Oh, cool. There's Falcon. Okay. Let me do this. Hold on, Falcon. Let me do desktop audio. We're going to do that. Hold on, it's authenticating. It is connecting. Okay, let me turn on my thingamadoo, and then I will put you in. Just drag your button there. Okay. You are muted for some odd reason. Server mute. No. Why are you? Oh, there it goes. You should be able to.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you. Okay.
Kind of
Hey, people in my chat, can you guys hear Falcon? Go ahead and say something there, Falcon.
Star Wars fans are crazy.
Okay, it's not what I wanted. Okay, I do not see the desktop audio option. Hold on, let me see what these oh, okay. Okay, go ahead and say something now. There we go. Okay. It wasn't registering with OBS, but they should be able to hear you now. Awesome, and make sure...
Alright.
Okay.
Facepalm says my audio is really low.
Okay, how about now?
They'll tell us in a minute.
Let me see. But yeah, so, okay, user volume, let me turn this up too. Okay. Yeah, you're halfway. Okay, someone says much better. Yay! Okay, cool. So what are your, yeah, you got something to bounce off of. What are your thoughts about what they're doing with the female characters or sexy women characters in the media? I mean, what are you seeing?
In terms of like non-fiction comic-based stuff, or
Doesn't matter,
like,
just in general.
or like, in general, the real world, actually actors with a lot more that's documentary oriented stuff, they're trying to downplay that, but with the more fictional stuff, they're blowing it way out of proportion. And the comic stuff, well, the more comic-based stuff, like some of the Marvel movies, not Marvel actually, some of the movies that are based on comic books, they're going a little nuts with it. If it sounds crazy to some people, but if you tone it down a little bit, it actually looks more. She actually will be more attractive if you tone down the sexiness a little, because in a way, it looks like she's more restrained.
Which character are you talking about?
Crud! Now I forgot.
See where you...
I'll be honest. Most of that I just repeated for my little sister. She keeps more in touch with a lot of that, and a lot of stuff she's been sending me is just looks weird. And she says there's supposed to be some of the newer movies, and I don't track with any movies.
Yeah, I kind of...
Or TV shows or any of that stuff.
I fell out of touch a lot with the media. It's simply because it's just all the garbage, the controversies. Like, there was some stuff I just stayed away from completely because of it. Let's see. Zeo Gold, get rid of the SJWs and the neckbeards, and the 4000k fandom is mighty fine. Lancer, you can see some of the comments they leave on my channel. They viciously attack me over a difference of opinion over who would win a fictional fight, you know, something worthy of being doxxed. Oh yes, that sort of crowd. People get real freaking testy. Facepalm, that's Tumblr tactics. Yeah, no, that is true. People will dox each other over the most dumbest shit.
My little sister did that, actually. She tried to start to do that in real life.
What?
So now there's only one video on my... well, she basically spat out there everything I originally had said on my channel, and was always saying all this stuff, and I'm like, Gavin, shut up! But I've only left one video up there, and that was a dive from a while back. I figured, hey, if someone complains, I'll just give them the finger or something.
Oh.
And what's funny is it actually was a dive that I made a mistake, but it was a more annoying mistake.
Well, do you have like I know you said you really don't keep track of like the media so much or movies, but like any video game characters that you really like, and but you're seeing them kind of destroy, whether it be the outfit, the way that they look or respond. Oops. Hello, you still there?
I can't think of any because most of the video games I played were World War II or dogfighting, so it didn't really have to deal with much with people.
Oh. Yeah,
I what I hate the most out of all of that. Okay, please keep going.
no, go ahead.
Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but what really irritates me, and I am a history nut through and through, but I really hate it whenever they take stuff from history, like they take something from the 40s and they blow it out of proportions. Like make a super sexy woman and she's, what, riveting a B-24. No, that when she's wearing lipstick, lots and lots of makeup, her hair is well done, very attractive woman working on a B-24, something incredibly insane.
Yeah, and that.
That's most of the time when I see something crazy like that.
I want to say for the most part that's just movie aesthetics or just them exaggerating or putting emphasis. But yeah, I have. They sometimes place these really dolled up characters in spots that aren't really realistic, like your hair wouldn't be that styled. Technically you wouldn't even have makeup on your face. I do know that when it comes to the military, that they have strict regulations as to what you could do with your face, your hair, your nails, how you even shave, and that goes for both genders.
Exactly. At Coast Guard basic training up in Cape May, New Jersey, they require the men to shave 3 times a day. And yes, your face looks like hamburger after a while.
That's a bit much.
But even for the girls, they don't have to shave their legs, but they usually do because it's easier to get the ODUs on when they do shave their legs. But they have a very specific routine for their hair. They're not allowed to wear makeup. They're not allowed to do a whole bunch of other things. And even simple things like wearing red lipstick. A lot of women like that. However, when you're out in the field, that red shiny lipstick tells anybody who can even begin to make out anything that, there's a person right there. That is the head, and I need to put a round right in that spot.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, they have a lot of regulations, and when it comes to certain movies, and they go all out with the makeup and stuff, it's like, oh, that's not realistic. But once again, it is a movie, but I can see what you're saying. Let me see, respond to the chat here. I heard some feminists say that the Sisters of the Battle are just fat material and 40K. Oh, that's nice of them. Sounds like jealousy to me, and I know that's a cliche argument when it comes to the feminists trying to get rid of the small body image, but I really do think that in some way it is jealousy. They've let their body go, and now they want everybody seeing them as attractive. It's like, dude, you huffing and puffing around the corner is not sexy at all. That's not a knock. It's just like you don't take care of yourself, and the size of your body very much shows it. That's not normal, and that's never going to be normal. Let's see. SJWs are followers of Nurgle. They got their way with the 40K creators. They're making SJW 40K novels. One character is anti-gun. Let that sink in. What is 40K? You keep mentioning it. I don't know what that is. Face palm at me right now.
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat, but what you're mentioning earlier about health, you don't have to do much to stay healthy. I mean, simple things like a lot of people think the idea of riding a bike more than a mile is, oh, it's a long way. It's actually more like a joke. Most people do that in like 20 minutes, very, very leisurely riding. But riding a couple miles in the evening, it can be enjoyable and it helps get blood pumping. So it can be very good for you.
Yeah, no,
That and not such a. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say, yeah, it very much can be. And that's something else too with this body positivity crap. One of the places, it was a gym, Planet Fitness. If you read any of the controversies that surrounded them, they're not a real gym. Oh
Oh,
yeah, they removed all the actual heavy lifting equipment, so the fat people wouldn't feel intimidated. It's just like, what? And then you had all the trans shit with Planet Fitness, and just I had a Planet Fitness move into my town, and they have bagel and pizza night because I heard it from a couple people who signed up. It's like, oh, it's only $20 a month. I don't give a shit. It's not a real gym. I stay away from the place. But yeah, no, that is part of body positivity, where they remove actual lifting equipment that can make you strong and in shape, and cuddle everybody. It's like, no, you don't fucking cuddle those people. What the hell's wrong with you? Warhammer.
well, what's funny about Planet Fitness is I looked at them a while back because we just got one a few weeks ago in our city.
Yeah.
And then, well, I looked at, there were basically no weights. And I thought, guys, up at the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, that what they do with people who have spinal cord and brain injuries, they have weights. And if they can use weights after laying in a bed basically for 6-8 weeks or more, then why are you not using weights?
It's because all the fat people got intimidated. I'm not kidding. Planet Fitness used to have a bunch of heavyweight equipment where actual bodybuilders would go and exercise until Planet Fitness did away with all that equipment, therefore all the people left. That's not a freaking joke. Planet Fitness went full SJW. They don't have certain things.
Fitness is a joke.
Oh, see you, Lancer. No, that's fine. Someone had to leave. But yeah, there's a lot of pseudoscience that's now coming out saying health at any weight again has to do with the body positivity, and that creeps into comics and trying to redefine what a sexy woman is, what size is considered sexy and attractive, which, like I said, any sane person or rational person is just going to tell you to go jump off a cliff with your crap, because they're not ever going to change that sort of preference. I know for me personally, I don't care for overweight characters. I really don't. They're not inspirational to me. I'm not saying my body is perfect or my husband's, but at the same time, we have a sense of reality. We know what we like, and being overweight is not one of them. Like I said, people can struggle with their weight and try to make themselves better, and I know stress kicks in, being overworked, you sometimes go through dark spells in your life, that's one thing. But to kind of sit there and let yourself get like really freaking huge on purpose and not do anything, and then to turn on and bitch at people, go, oh, well, you're just being phobic. No. And they're trying to remake all these sexy characters. Now, sometimes could use a makeover, but for the most part, no. All you're doing is costing your company money at that point by doing stupid.
Well, and what you said earlier about weight, remember there are things that they may not seem, they seem a little mundane, like open water scuba diving, in the Bahamas seems mundane, and realistically, as far as diving is concerned, that is the easiest it gets. It's a joke. But if you're overweight, older, and a woman, you're asking for decompression sickness, and that is very, very painful as the nitrogen in your blood and in soft tissues come out of solution. Basically, when you shake up a bottle of Coke,
Mm-hmm.
you open up the top and you see all the carbon dioxide come out of solution. That's your blood,
Mm.
but much slower.
That's kind of terrifying.
Well, when it comes to open water, in most cases, it's not as big of a deal, though untreated. You don't immediately go to a recompression chamber. It can lead to big problems. But in like my type of diving, yeah, you'll die a horribly excruciating, painful death. It really, truly mess it up. But let's continue on to a less depressing topic.
No, you're fine. And that's, like I mentioned before, is I saw a YouTube video to where they went through with these superheroes and they put weight on them to where there wasn't, realistically speaking, there wouldn't be any weight at all. Because like I said, they're fighting, they're training. A lot that comes with like the body positivity movement and the desecration of just sexy female characters in the media is science is tossed out, reality is tossed out. And as someone pointed out, because I started a Twitter thread, is that it is true that sex does sell. Now, do I think there needs to be a balance? Sure, I'm not for full-blown porn, I'm not for women's chest flopping in the wind. I mean, there is a tasteful sexy, and then there's just a full-blown, okay, this is just straight-on fat material at this point, I don't care for it. It just... And what makes this worse is I think both sides of that argument are also unbalanced. Like I said, I brought up earlier the She-Ra stuff, what's going on with the younger She-Ra. A lot of people are calling her boyish, and when she puts on the white suit, she does look a little bit more tomboyish, but at the same time, she's meant to attract a younger audience. She's not meant to be a sexy character at this point. That may come later. They may do another arc where she is fully grown up. It depends on how successful this She-Ra's gonna be. I mean, for all we know, that could be the next step. Or this younger version could be a let into the old version. I mean, who knows? I just think there's too much of a squawk about it right now. We haven't seen the show. We don't know how she's going to be. And then you have the other side of it, like I said, where they're trying to make all these female characters androgynous and dumb down their attractiveness and things like that. It's a constant back and forth. There isn't any balance anywhere. Like, I even watched the Cartoons video with the She-Ra stuff, and it's so irritating because at that point, to me, he just sounded like a fanboy bitching. And I watched the cartoon a lot. I like a lot of his stuff, but his complaints in regards to the She-Ra, the new She-Ra cartoon that was coming out, just like this. Wait until the episodes come out, dude. You don't know what they're gonna do with it. Just ignore the physical aspects for now. Zia Gold, one of my favorite female video game characters is Sea Viper from Street Fighter. Oh, there's a game I haven't heard about in a while. Let me see who Sea Viper is.
I've never do it.
Huh?
I've never even looked into it. I think I've played one video game ever that had a woman.
I've played a couple. I used to play some of the older Street Fighter games. There was a girl that I remember, and I loved how she was. She fought with fans. She had long hair. She had her long hair pulled back in a ponytail. She had a lot of cleavage showing, but you could spam a button in this particular Street Fighter game, and you could just beat the crap out of people with her two fans. And I don't remember what her name is. You're not coming up here again, you booger. But she was a really good fighter character. Zia Gold, the original She-Ra was 18, and her show was aimed at kids in 4th grade. She was 18? The way that they had her made her seem like she was freaking in her 30s. And I understand the art style was different back then, but holy crap, 18? Yeah, I thought She-Ra was older in the original version. That's kind of scary.
I did too. But if they did it a little more realistic looking, that would probably be perfect.
I know.
But this 15-year-old that looks honestly like a boy.
Yeah, no, it's a strapless dress. I keep getting asked, Angel. Oh, yep, you're gonna bite. I told you no. No, it's a strapless dress. So are you nude? No, I'm not.
Honestly,
Assholes.
when you lean forward, it looks as if you're nude.
I'm not. See, look, dress, clothing. No, I would never do that on camera. Oh my god. That's just all kinds of no. Hey, Pat, get in here.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you did that, your husband would want next.
Huh? Oh, I'd get in trouble. Hey, Pat, you got a Discord, right? Let's see. Zia Gold Filmation was not known for quality animation. Well, I'm not saying that. It just. She didn't look like she was 18. Is this Twitch? No, this is YouTube. Ah ha 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 ha. You're very funny. I'm dressed, thank you. I'm not a boob tuber. Freaking punks. Dressed up because I wanted to, so there. Freaking keep asking me. Where is he? Nope.
Honestly, I never understood the whole boob tuber thing.
What do you mean,
I kind of halfway get it now. Oh, look, I'm female. I have breasts. Look at them while I talk about something stupid. I mean, I kind of get it now, but when I was back in school, I thought it was crazy.
Pretty much what a boob tuber is I'm not me. Pretty much what they do is they'd focus the camera, like, and so like for me, the main focus is like my face, my shoulders. They'd put the camera down, because Jacqueline does this shit too, if you know who that is. They put it to where their chest is near the middle of the camera, and they'll just talk at you, but they'll angle the camera, whether they're playing a video game or whatever they're talking about, you will find a slight angle to the camera to where it shows, like, sometimes down their shirt, or they'll put something on that'll just have them spell out on the top, like, all over the place. So it just, they were an issue a few years ago to where they would attract a lot of viewers. There's one in particular, and I don't know if she's still around, but she's very well known as a gamer girl. When she wasn't, she just put her, yeah, she never went full nude, but it's just like, yeah, no, you're a boob tuber. Let's see, facepalm, migraine. He-Man was supposed to be 20, I think. They didn't look like they were freaking 20, they looked like they were in their 30s. Zia-Go, Z-Man, he was meant to be 17. What? You gotta be kidding. They didn't look that way.
He-Man looked a lot older than 20. Or 30.
Yeah, no, like I said, I understand that the quality of the animation was different back then, but that's the actual animation. The look of the characters, I always thought when I heard about She-Ra and He-Man, I always thought they were older. I didn't know they were supposed to be teens. Yeah, facepalm migraine. Let's body paint ourselves and call it gaming. Oh, you're talking about Zombie Unicorn. Yeah, I've heard about her and how there isn't supposed to be any nudity on Twitch or anything pornographic, but somehow she's able to get away with doing it. And actually, I hear that this is a trend on Twitch. The body painting and just like, that's so inappropriate, but I guess they found a loophole with that garbage. I don't know. I don't go on Twitch, and I hear that you can easily get banned from Twitch, so I don't know. I know they try to crack down a lot, have it just on, you were supposed to stream games only. People were using it for like political talks or whatnot, and it was supposed to be just for games. Like I said, Filmation not that good. Skeletor was a late bloomer. Oh, that she makes the money, so Twitch overlooks it. Yeah, it's that double standard. Pat, don't you have a Discord? Are you not up?
I would have thought of all people he'd have.
Oh, let's see. Do you have a Discord, or do we need to do this a different way? Because right now I'm connected to a Discord room. Okay, you have a... Okay. Hold on, let me get the link to it again. Because I don't think it's in my chat. But yeah, I'm kind of...
I hope you don't...
Huh?
I hope you don't mind me interrupting real quick, but I think you'll find it funny. This one girl I met a couple weeks ago, actually about a couple weeks ago, somewhere around there. Actually, the place that they diagnosed me with high functioning autism, Asperger's, whatever you want to call it. Well, apparently she works there, and I went there to get records, and we struck up a conversation, started talking, and apparently she is high functioning too. But she sent me a text that said, she said, I know socializing is not your thing, but it's not supposed to be mine either, but even I should know that you look like an idiot.
That's so mean.
Well, I probably butchered that, but basically she's trying to say that you look like an idiot right now.
Yeah. Hey, Pat, I gave you the link to the Discord servers. Trying to see if I can get him in here Discord-wise. I know he has a Discord. But yeah. Sorry, the stream just kind of died. That's alright. Let me see if I can get people pulled in now. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad that you stopped by there, Facepalm. Have a good night. See if I can get Pat. Yay! Hey, Pat, jump in the hallway so I can pull you in. There's a voice room called the hallway. What in the hell? I don't want to know. Who? Oh, somebody was in the hallway. I don't know who that was. Pat, was that you? Had a long ass name. Technical difficulties.
We'll probably find out in a...
Huh? Technical difficulties.
Oh, I said we'll probably find out in
a sec, yeah.
He says it's locked.
Wait, the hallway? What do you mean it's locked?
He said, I tried to join, but the chat is locked.
Oh, Pat, you have to
go
the
into...
hallway.
Just go into the...
go into the hallway one.
Yeah, Pat, go into the hallway.
And I'll drag you into.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll drag you into the fireside one. Yeah, the fireside one isn't full. Is it for rain? You have to go into the hallway. The hallway should not be locked because Falcon was able to get in there. Yeah, no, the hallway is open. Group members, use voice activities. Zero goals. Somebody give this guy a new mic. I don't know, he sounds fine to me. It could be the signal. Pat, are you not able to get into the hallway? Might have to drag you from the open hall. Hold on. He went quiet. Uh-oh. I guess we're having technical difficulties. Oh, there he is. Okay, no, that was. Oh, that's who that was. Okay. Wait, I thought that was a meme. Okay, that's who tried to jump in.
Your boy Pat's in open hall. He's not in the hallway.
Oh, he's in open hall? That's good enough. Let's see. Okay, hold on. I'm dragging you around a little bit here, Pat. Okay, you should be in here. Oh, this freaking server. Okay, there we go.
I think I am.
Noise! We has noise.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Just trying to stream and epically failing. So, don't get enough people to bounce off of. But yeah, no, I was talking about sexy women in the media or whatnot, and I have epically failed. So, like,
yeah, it's like when I joined it. It's like when I popped up on the screen earlier. It's like, you know, you was like leaning forward, and I didn't see like the little strapless thing right there. So I'm like, damn, is Chambers new tonight?
no, but no, like what?
Earlier,
Go ahead.
I was thinking the same thing when she leaned forward. I thought I put my regular down, looked at my phone, and went, "Oh crap, she's nude."
No, that's something I wouldn't do.
Like, oh, YouTube pulled the Twitch.
What do you mean YouTube? Oh no.
Oh yeah, because I heard you, like I said, talking about the whole zombie unicorn thing right there. Yeah, my thing was with that is like, with Twitch, man, Twitch has so many double standards. It's like, it all depends on if you make the money. Like, you know, if you're doing the things like how Zombie Unicorn is doing and you actually make the money, they'll overlook it. However, if you're not making them anything, they'll quickly ban you. Because I think it was like this one person I know by the name of Siren Cove. She's kind of like, you know, like she does porn, but it's like when she's on Twitch, she's all about gaming. But that all kind of like meshes in together, and it's like she wasn't making the money, so they instantly banned her. And so she made a whole video about the whole Zombie Unicorn, about how she gets away with so much thing, and she said that's the reason why. And Zombie Unicorn tries to like says like, you know, like, oh, she does, you know, like she's the type of person like she does the things she does, but yeah, she'll put down like cam girls. When you look what things she's doing, she's actually like softcore camming. I'm like, you're basically like a cam girl yourself. You're just doing it in a softcore type of way compared to like actual cam girls who do it in a porn way.
Yeah, no, I've seen, was it the Quartering has covered Zombie Unicorn, and I've seen snippets of her videos, and it's just like, wow. So, yeah, I don't, people are easily banned from Twitch. I hear that Brittany Venti lost her Twitch channel for some unknown reason. Didn't quite hear the reason why. But yeah, her Twitch channel's gone.
That's it, but that happened way before in the past. So it's like I don't know if she's on some kind of like shit list or what.
I don't know either. I really don't watch Brittany Venti. I find her to be kind of annoying. But the only video I've seen by her is her video on Shoe on Head or whatnot, which was, holy crap, it was decimating.
Uh,
But anyway, what are your
I know with Britney, it's kind of hard to.
huh?
Oh, good. Now, I was about to say when it comes to Britney, it's like it's kind of hard to tell when she's actually faking or when she's being real because you know she had that parody.
What do you mean parody? Are you talking about like when she did her video on Shoe?
No, tomorrow, you know how Britney like when she had that troll parody back in the day.
No, like I said, I'm not familiar with Brittany Venti. My first impression with her is when she came on to Andy Worski's stream and they're making fun of the Kekistani stuff, and she goes, "Well, I'm just losing all your friends, aren't I?" Yeah, I was like, "Shut the fuck up." No, I'm not familiar with her at all outside of
Yeah,
that.
that's how she made a name for herself. Like yeah, Brittany Venti was actually her parody her parody thing. She played like this doy-headed feminist that a lot of people took seriously, so they made like a whole lot of bunch of videos about her and eventually, she came out as like I was just trolling everybody. It's like she's kind of cool, but every once in a while, she'll like switch back and forth into playing like the doy head.
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes it's hard to take it seriously.
Yeah, like I said, I don't watch her enough. For the most part, she just like aggravates me, but she's spat out some good stuff here and there. Um, but in regards to like the sexy women in the media and just pretty much in general, I mean, what are your thoughts about what's going on with that? I mean, in regards, because we've covered a little bit about body positivity. We've covered about how they're turning a lot of the female characters androgynous looking or taking away feminine aspects and things like that.
Oh yeah, like if a woman's beautiful, they're doing everything they can to make her like not as attractive because the male gaze and all that right there. And yeah, and I know with the whole body positivity thing where it's like they'll put down like average size beautiful women and put these big obese women on pedestals and talking about you have to accept this. I've been seeing a whole lot of that. It's just everything is just so I don't know. It's just like it's just all jacked up. It's like if you're beautiful and you're average built and things like that, you're seen as like a horrible person compared to this big giant unhealthy obese person. And then it's like like how they're taking like all these old like all these all these old well established characters and they're just basically making them just flat out ugly because it's just messed up.
Yeah, like with the most recent one I've seen is the Black Cat character from Spider-Man, and it was revealed that it was I forgot what the new comic artist for her is named, but if you compare Black Cat's new face to hers, it's pretty much the artist drawing herself as Black Cat, and God, her chin is way too big, and I can understand updating the costume but it looks really bad. It's just like, oh my god, what did you guys do to her? I don't know, have you seen the new version of Black Cat?
That's I haven't seen the new version, but it's like I've kind of heard about it. I'm kind of afraid to see the new version because with everything that they're doing today, it's like I can just only imagine.
Yeah, let me.
I'm like, do I want to see it now?
Um, it'd probably make you sad, very sad. Let me pull it up because I know what version it is. Because I forgot the artist's name. 2018. Where is she at? I can't find the version now. She just looks really freaking bad. Doggone.
Marvel.
Oh, here it is. Found it. Okay, see if I can. I want to open the image in a new tab. I don't want the, it's a small image, but I'll just dump it in the, main hall. Wah. on, it's loading. But yeah, Pat, if you look inside the main hall, I just dumped a link as to what she looks like. Her chin is fucking huge. Yeah, and I'm trying to.
I don't want to say that she's bad looking. It's like
That chin just does not look feminine.
Dude, I swear it's the oh, what is this freaking artist's name? It's the artist drawing herself as Black Cat. The artist, and I'm not saying that the artist, comic book artist for her looks ugly, but she's pretty much LARPing as Black Cat at this point. I need to freaking find it now, because it's gonna drive me crazy. Because I can't remember the freaking name.
So it's basically the artist, the artist putting themselves in, in the Black Cats, like,
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what that is.
Well, dang, that's fan fiction to the max. It's like,
hold on, let me see if I can find it.
ah.
Yeah, I found it floating around on Twitter. Gosh dang it, where is it? I'm gonna be so mad I can't find it now. Hold on, let me see. New artist for Black Cat. Beautiful.
I don't know.
Doggone it.
It's like with these artists today, it's just like, like I said, yeah, it's like Noelle Stevenson with She-Ra, man. She just completely just fucked that up.
Well, we were talking a little bit about She-Ra, and okay, when she's not in the full She-Ra outfit, like the newest one, she does look a little bit more feminine, and people were telling me that she's supposed to be 15. Well, she would be a little bit more developed at 15, yes, because she doesn't look like she has much of a chest, unless that's a full armor piece that's not supposed to be.
Neither does Noelle. And plus, with Noelle, like I said, with Noelle Stevenson, is like anything that she's ever involved in is really like, like boyish lesbian like. So it's like that's what I basically see it as, like like Noelle Stevenson just basically seeing She-Ra as a like in a boyish lesbian type of way.
Yeah, and a lot of people were saying that. I think, because I watched the Quarter and the video on it, I think in a sense, because she's a little bit younger, people just kind of need to chill out a bit and, I don't know, give it a chance, because for all you know, they could age progress her a little bit. Not all women develop that way by 15, but I don't know. I can see the argument on both sides, but at the same time, I think people are bitching just a little bit too much. For Black Cat, doggone it. I can't find the artist for it.
My problem with it, besides the bad design, is that they sit up here, they take these well-established characters and they make these they make these intentional changes to them and things like that, just to just to mess with the original character, just to mess with the original fan base, to kind of like saying like this is ours. And just, I don't know, it's just like a huge gigantic like slap in the face. Like they sit up here, they take these characters, they make them into like these abominations, in my opinion. And it's like, they don't care about what the original fan base thinks about it and all that right there, but yet they expect that original fan base to instantly accept it and watch it and support it and all that right there. That's what gets me.
Well, and it's not just them. I have had that issue real big time lately at work with engineers. Any new engineer wants to immediately change everything. It's like,
yeah,
so it's not just comics.
yeah. Have you seen Pat the new Marvel superhero Faith? The one that's overweight and can float around with telekinesis. Have you seen that one?
Oh, Fate.
Dude,
Oh, the Fate comics. Yeah, I've
I
seen it.
thought that was a joke when people were talking about it, and until I looked it up, and she's been around for a while, and I'm just going like, no, come on, you guys don't see. Oh my god. It's like they're oblivious to the joke they just created because she's now herself a meme. But again, trying to change. Oh well, superheroes can be overweight. No, don't do that.
Yeah, with Faith though, it's kind of different. It's like, you know, like Faith is like its own character. They didn't take like a well established character and just made it like and just like blew her up. Like, you know, this is like an actual new character that they've just made from scratch. So I give them props on that right there. You know, it's actually, you know, it's not the, you know, let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not the best thing out there, and I don't know how popular it ever will get. But it's like they did take a character from scratch and make it up to what it is right now. They just didn't take somebody else. Like they didn't just, I don't know who can I take. It's not like they took like She-Hulk and, you know, Beaster.
Yeah, I don't even want to.
I honestly just looked up Faith.
Yeah.
I just looked up Faith, and I didn't look it up earlier. Holy crap, she's fat.
And she floats.
She looks like a fat Hillary Clinton.
She floats around.
In fact, you do the Google image search. You do the Google image search and go down a little. It says, I'm pretty sure it's a meme, but it says election 2016 special number 5. It has Hillary, and Faith is floating behind her.
That is horrible. See, this is what I don't get about these people. They think that they're helping, but they're actually making the situation worse, and they're just oblivious to what the hell they just did with this character. Because when I first saw Faith floating around, I thought it was a parody character created by someone else, and I was actually quite shocked when I learned that it was a legit Marvel character. It's like, oh my god, you guys are idiots.
Yeah, it was just a legit thing. I don't know. Is there such a thing as too woke?
Oh yeah, no, there is. There's too woke is being overly sensitive to every single thing and not learning how to laugh, because there's some stuff like there was a Twitter video floating around, and it was a support group for people who were just too woke, and these group of people were sitting there correcting the counselor, and the counselor pretty much turned around and told someone to fuck off at the end of it because it kept correcting her. It's like, dude, just shut up, fuck off. And that's where it ended. But
that's pretty much the problem right there. It's like you can't joke about this, you can't joke about that, you can't say nothing about this person or that person. Is just like,
You know what being too woke causes? Brain damage.
Well, you can't have any fun, and you can't really express yourself when everybody is so overly sensitive about everything. I'm gonna refresh this real quick. So, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with the media at this point. Like I said earlier, I pretty much have given up on the media. I don't know what else they're gonna destroy. Their next target is obviously the Nutcracker. If you've seen the advertisements for the freaking newest Nutcracker, forced diversity is so fucking irritating. But
forced anything. That's what I'm hating right there. You know, it's like this isn't stuff that they're just suggesting out to people. You know, like this is just stuff that they're just telling, like, you know, this is how it is, and you need to accept it. And that's why I'm like, you know, you need to get up out of my face.
yeah,
I never like when things are forced, man.
yeah, Yeah, and they're trying to force all these changes, and everybody goes like, "Fuck off! This is why you're losing money." The get woke, blah. Cannot talk tonight. Get woke, go broke, and it's pretty much a meme at this point, but it's proven to be true time and time again. It's just like, yeah, the more you force this crap on your audience, your fans, your buyers, they're going to tell you to fuck off and take their money elsewhere. They don't care. They just want to be able to enjoy their media. They don't care about this political shit. They go to these fantasy worlds to get away from all this garbage. No one cares. So.
There's a lot of things out there that really don't care at all about diversity or representation or any of that. If you're flying in an airliner, you don't care if the person who built the thing was pink with purple polka dots and identified as genderqueer. You just care if it's built right.
And that's what they need to pretty much worry about right there. You know, it's like, even if you do like, you know, like create a character that's gender non-binary and all that boop de boop and claims all those, you know, like those special buzzwords and things like that. If you can well establish them where they have a good personality and they have a good characteristic and a good background, and they're not just, you know, like their whole shtick isn't like all, you know, like, oh, they're a genderqueer, non-binary attack helicopter and things like that. That character can actually go somewhere. But if all you basically say in the whole entire, like, you know, development series is, oh, this person is genderqueer, non-binary, yada yada, and whoop de whoop, everybody's going to be like, I don't like this, and they're going to move on. That's what they don't get through their mind.
There was a comic, and I can't remember who it was by or who did it. It was about this trans woman and her partner. They're both superheroes, and the trans person pretty much looked like someone in drag, and they kept emphasizing that it was a trans male to female superhero, and it died, and I can't remember what the name was, but people were like poking fun at it, and there's like one panel to where the trans superhero's like on the ground, kind of crying, and their partner, whatever, is like kneeling next to them, and they just go like, "We suck," and it's just like, that is such an understatement. It was so forced too. The colors were too bright. The character designs are obnoxious. Like I said, the trans character looked like someone in drag, like an actual drag queen, and it's just like, what the hell? So
yeah, because 9 times out of 10, the character design never got past the, you know, the part of, well, when you create the character, you actually have to give them a personality. You know, you just can't run on, you know, identity.
Yeah, and that's what people in my chat were saying about Faith, is just she has no personality whatsoever. She's completely devoid. It's like, well, no, duh. She's nothing more than an idea. She's being used to try to change the look of female superheroes. That's why she's being pushed so hard right now. I still can't believe that they gave her the power of telekinesis. It's just like, oh my god, are you guys whatever? Your character.
Yeah, and that's the character's biggest problem. They never get past being an idea.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I know if you ever heard like Gabriel Iglesias, he was talking about in regards to him being like a comedian that's Latino, because he had somebody come up to him like, well, are you a Latino comedian? He goes, no, I am, and this proves the same point, I am a comedian who's Latino. I'm not a Latino comedian. I am not on the Telemundo, and that's pretty much the same point where I don't mind if a superhero is gay or bisexual, as long as you just focus on the character, and there's stuff that will naturally meld in, like Steven Universe. The characters are just kind of natural. But when you focus on, oh, hey, well, they're a gay superhero, blah, 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 I don't care. What's their story? I don't give a flying fuck about their sexual orientation. Quit shoving it in my face. It's gonna make me trash the character. I don't care. So, and it's something they don't get.
Exactly.
So, I don't have an issue with gay characters as long as their orientation is not shoved down my throat. I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, then there are characters out there and actual people that it's like, oh, look how gay I am. I'm just so gay. It's like, shut up.
I'm like, I don't care.
Well, I know was it DC, and DC caught on quick. DC has the opposite condition of Marvel. DC, from what I hear, is doing well in their comics, but horrible in their movies. DC, when I was still in high school, they started to like revamp all their characters and put like a gay or bi twinge to them. Like one of the first characters I remember it happening to was the Green Lantern, Hal or James or whatever his name is. There's a couple of different Green Lanterns that they focus on out of the Corps. And they had like this big gay wedding for this particular Green Lantern and his partner, and it's just like, why? No one cares. Create a character that, sure, if you want to be more inclusive, create a character that is not well established, has a good backstory, and I don't know. DC learned their lesson pretty darn quick though. Marvel has yet to do the same. So I don't know. I don't touch a lot of that shit because it's just too up in the air.
Yeah, because Marvel doesn't want to do that extra work. That's what it is. You know, oh, we're just gonna take this character right here and we're gonna make them this and that, and then ta-da, problem solved. Wrong. You just create an even more bigger problem.
They did okay. They do have a couple of original characters that they've tried to enforce the inclusivity of. She was pretty much a female version of Captain America, but she was Latino, and there was a panel of her rushing past Captain America and punching Hitler in the face. She was supposed to be lesbian, but like her book died.
Was that America Chavez?
Yes, there you go. That's the name I was looking for. But yeah, she's an example of an original character, but she, again, was nothing more than a bunch of ideas strung together. Because she was supposed to be gay, she was supposed to represent the Latino people. They try to have her take over the roles of Captain America with her fighting Hitler and the Nazis, and just like, what is this? Don't get me wrong, she had a nice design, but she was another tryhard. Her book got trashed.
Yeah.
What's it?
Oh yeah, she had potential, and it's like, you know, if they gave it to like a good development team, you know, like who could actually give her a personality and a good backstory and things like that. I'm saying, you know, I think America Chavez could actually make a comeback, but it only in the right hands.
Yeah.
Well, and like she was saying earlier, the example she gave just a minute ago. Oh.
Huh?
Crap, I hate this phone.
Yes.
I heard y'all a second time, and I was like, the hell?
Oh, probably.
What you were saying a second ago about...
Oh, Chavez, the American Latino superhero that Marvel tried to install, but she was just, again, nothing more than ideas. She really didn't have a character, and they tried to have her take over some of the duties of Captain America. So, which she got trashed. There was actually another comic book superhero that just got trashed. Marvel just tossed out. It's the one that had asked me about my feminist agenda. It was a blonde hair. I don't even know the name of the chick, but that got trashed. She's like, quit, make original characters, but quit trying to infuse a bunch of SJW crap. No one cares. Your fans going elsewhere should be telling you this. This should be clicking by now.
Oh yeah, they telling them, they just ain't listening. But I'm like, hey, okay, when you go broke and the whole thing go down under, don't sit up here and say we didn't tell you so. We're gonna be the first one to say we fucking told you.
Yeah. people from the chat. Let's see. Zeogold. Pat makes a good point. SJW think the original fan base is a bunch of Nazi neckbeards. I just... So stupid. Honey dropped unicorn. Yep, she is a Mary Sue. And that's the other problem, too. It's just, there was no... From what I saw for her, there was just no character development. She was just, oh, well, she represents the American people. She's Latino. She's gay. She represents girl power. It's just like, oh, get out of here. Another one, I just had another one off the top of my head. Let's see. Honey Drop Unicorn, you should go see the movie, The House with the Clock. Oh, yeah, I keep seeing the trailer for that one. But, I don't know. I don't know if I'll see that one.
I plan on seeing that.
It looks interesting, but I don't know if it's based off in...
That's it. I don't know. The trailer looks good.
Oh, no, it does. Shit, I lost my train of thought. It's on the American Chavez. Shit, yep.
Yeah.
Got lost.
I'm kind of angry at the Halloween reboot, though.
What? I saw that floating around on Twitter. What is that about?
The new Halloween. Basically, they're just like anything that happened after part 1. They're just basically saying, oh, that shit don't exist right there. From Halloween 2 on to Resurrection and things like that, just no. They're just saying like, oh, no, forget about it. It doesn't exist. We're just going to pick up right after that. So now it's like, Jamie Lee Curtis is back, and you already know in Halloween Resurrection, like, Mike Myers killed her. But somehow they just magically brought her back. Now she now like what she's Laurie Strode and all that right there. She's old and it's a whole big cluster thing. It's like I don't know the whole entire story to it, but it's like I don't know. Michael's come back, and she's she's basically out to try to like get him, and he's out to try to get her, and it's just all jacked up. It's like she's supposed to be dead, but they magically brought her back.
Sounds to me like they're trying to cash cow off the series. Trying to re-jump the series to where they can make it again.
I think it's just another reboot that's just going to go down the drain like the rest of them.
See, that's another thing too. It's just all the reboots and there are other stories out there. I know there are, but they just want to cash cow everything. And Disney has been notorious of it for the past couple of years.
Yeah, they don't want to do the work.
Yeah. Someone said, Honey Dropped Unicorn. I just saw it. It's really good. They're referring to the Clock movie. Zeogold. The reason why they're Mary Sue's because feminists and SJWs think women need not be challenged by anything or anyone. Yeah, pretty much they want to have control and not be questioned. And if you question them, patriarchy. Yeah, I know that's pretty much how a lot of feminists operate. And it's just like, no.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to lead to a lot of downfall.
Yeah, what was it? The Cordian talked about it, how it was a feminist comic book shop they closed and they blamed the patriarchy for it. And I think this was the same comic book store that banned somebody, either men from their store, or they banned someone and it caused a lot of people to leave, and it would just, the store closed, suffice to say, and they wanted to blame, oh, well, it's the white men's fault.
Oh, yeah. I remember I remember Nurgle talking about this story.
Yeah, it was a little while back. The Quartering covered it, but that's another example of feminists trying to shove their crap onto people, try to change people's preferences, and people are like, we're not buying your shit anymore. Go burn.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that's the free market. If you don't give what your customers want, they'll go somewhere else.
Oh yeah, and SJWs do not get that. Hollywood has forgotten that concept. A lot of these movies have freaking bombed because of it. Ghostbusters, what's the, I think Captain Marvel might be set on bombing, Star Wars, the newest Star Wars movies that came out freaking bombed, which is actually kind of sad, but, you know,
Yeah. In Ocean's 8, it almost did, but it's like it didn't make as much. It didn't make much money as its predecessor, but it did.
Ocean's 8. Okay, did they explain why all the characters are female? Because I remember watching some of the Oceans growing up, and it was pretty much the same gang of men or the same group of men, just in different situations. Did they explain why they were all freaking female? Like, at all? Was there a logical reason for it?
No, other than like Sandra Bullock was like the sister of one of like the main crew, and she just like she just like like just created her own ragtag crew. That's all it basically was. It was just a bunch of women power, female empowerment. Like pushing right there. I was like, once again, like it could have been a good movie, but like too much stuff was being pushed.
Yeah, and that's what was that another show? Doctor Who. Doctor Who now has a female doctor, which doesn't make any sense. I'm not a fan of Doctor Who, but I know people who watch the show, and as far as I understand of the concept of the show, it is the same interdimensional time traveling lord. He just comes and visits people during different spans of his life. That's why he always looks different. So to come back as a woman, it's just like, that doesn't make any sense. And then now there's supposed to be a female James Bond. It's just like, oh my god.
It's given in the feminist demands.
It actually does make continuity-wise. It makes sense, although through the series, it is completely out of character because the Time Lords actually live for a while in one body, they regenerate into a different one, and then they live for a while in that one. So they can switch genders. It has been said years ago, but it never has been shown. But then again, I've been hearing a lot from some old friends of mine that they absolutely hate what she said right after the Doctor regenerated. Goes, oh, back to normal. How can you live with that much ego? Like, yeah, that's a nice kick to the crotch there.
And let's see. Honey dropped the unicorn. They want to cast the actress who played the cheap knockoff Domino as a new Harley Quinn. Hey, what was wrong with the other actress? Why are they fishing on for a new Harley Quinn? Oh, the new Joker movie. That I'm actually interested in seeing. It looks like it's going to be dark as hell. But no, no, not her as Harley Quinn. No. I like the other actress from Suicide Squad, but the only thing I don't like about that actress, and I can't remember her name, is she kept changing the freaking accent of her voice. She went...
Margot Robbie.
She went from their traditional Harley Quinn voice to this weird, I want to say Brooklyn accent, if I have the right accent, and then she had a third one, and she's like, can you just... One accent. One. You have the Harley Quinn accent, and stick to it. That drove me crazy throughout the film. Zeo Gold, unfortunately people like Turd-Flinging Monkey is giving feminists and SJWs ammo by saying that women are running comic movies, video games, etc., etc. Oh my god, don't get me started on TFM. That guy is a nut job. I actually went on his show and... I went on his show one time and he tried to twist what I said. So I had to make a clarification video. And he pretty much, because he's of the belief that women are going to get replaced by sex robots. So yeah, I heard he swims in the same fish tank as Angry MGTOW. He's just as bad. So, and I've heard this from other MGTOWs.
Oh, Angry MGTOW. Good
Dude,
God.
I think that one is.
My introduction. I have to say this, Pat. My introduction to Angry MGTOW was him yelling at SDA, and I was at work. And I was actually at work when I saw that. I was at work when I saw it, and I was listening to that one, and I thought, what the hell? This guy is nuts.
Dude, they're all fucking nuts. You dive into, like, and I'm not like exaggerating this. You dive into their their comment section, like be either turd flinging monkeys, or Angry MGTOW when he's around. You have guys in there, incels, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. You have them talking about legit domestic violence, like beating them if women don't make them a sandwich. Like they're legit nuts. A lot of them are legit crazy. So it's just like, oh my god. But yeah, no, dude, But you know what's funny too is, did you know that Turd Flinging Monkey has a Instagram where he poses this gigantic sex doll in all these clothes? Someone found it. I think it was like
that's disturbing.
Zephyrian found it on one of Computing Forever's Dave Collins videos, and he linked it to me, and I'm just going like, what the fuck, dude? Come on.
That is so disturbing.
It is too, and it just was it Angry MGTOW. He was reviewing something out of Japan. It's like this little. It looked like Hatsune Miku, like this little thing that was supposed to like talk to you, and they are the belief that women are gonna get replaced by some sort of electronic, whether it be sex robots or these little things that talk to you like women would. It's so disturbing. Turd Flinging Monkey actually talks about with his audience that women shouldn't raise the children, that they shouldn't have a say pretty much in anything, and he is bad, and I'm not making this shit up. If you go and watch enough of his stuff, he sounds like he's off his nut.
Oh. So he's a radical MGTOW.
Yeah, he's very much so, and I've heard from other MGTOWs who just pretty much want to be left alone, that he swims in the same tank as Angry MGTOW, or in the same gutter, if you will.
I have to say,
it's like I like MGTOWs like Raging Golden Eagle. It's like, you know, they'll say like, you know, like they're MGTOWs, they're cool with women and things like that, but it's just that they just reach that point where it's like, yeah, you know, like relationships, you know, that just ain't for me, but I'm cool with them. And I'm like, you know, I can get down with that right there. Plus, Raging Golden Eagle is cool, man. He cracks me up in his video.
That's the traditional MGTOW. That's how MGTOWs are supposed to be, going their own way. Count Dibula is a traditional MGTOW. I've had talks with Count Dibula. If you know who that is, he does like the vampire with the glasses and the top hat. So he just goes, I'm too much of an asshole for relationships. I mean, we've joked back and forth about it. So no, he's another traditional one. He goes, well, I don't, and he's gone after the radical MGTOWs or the incels, and he goes, I don't talk about or advocate violence against women. I just want them to leave me alone. I leave them alone, they leave me alone. So, but yeah, no, the incels, monks.
Yes, like he in One Ton Hammer.
I hope I'm pronouncing this properly, but Z-Gold, a couple minutes ago, put in the chat, if Turd Flinging Monkey keeps doing what he's doing, feminists will dox him.
I haven't followed TFM for a while.
And I think they're...
Are people actually threatening to dox him, or is this...
I have no idea.
I don't know.
It's just that was put in the chat.
No, I saw.
I think they're vindictive enough, they'll do it.
I don't know. I think...
Oh, yeah, run up on...
Incels are just about as crazy as feminists. They both think that science is going to erase the other one. Like, no bullshit. You have feminists advocating for the science to where you can reproduce human life without the sperm, which they've taken DNA out of someone's knee, and then you have the MGTOWs and the artificial womb saying, oh, well, we're just going to cancel women out together. We don't need women to reproduce, blah, blah, blah. They're both fucking stupid. They're so stupid.
That's it. Can both of their stream sides just cancel each other?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm all for sticking both sides of the Coliseum and, like, how about it?
No.
No, just send one to the world's biggest coliseum, the Middle East.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the ironic thing, how feminists won't even touch anything in the Middle East, or they won't even touch Sharia law and stuff creeping up here like FGM, and it just, yeah.
I love how they'll say, oh, well, we could have a matriarchy.
No.
But yeah, there was one in the Middle East, and the Muslims killed him.
No matriarchy.
No, they ain't gonna mess. They ain't gonna mess with the Middle East because they already know the Middle East don't play. It's like they will whoop their ass in front of people out there and smile while doing it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and I loved your response to what I originally said, Killa. No.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Like even as like reserved as I am or conservative, there's a lot of stuff I just shake my head at and so go, get the fuck out of here with it. I don't even care. Let's see, where are we? 2.5 hours. Let's see. Was it Honey Drop the Unicorn says send both sides into space. Yeah, project them into the sun. Zeo Gold, yes, they want to dox him, especially since he photoshopped Brie Larson's Captain Marvel pics. What? What do you mean photoshopped? What did he do? What, he just like meme them? Or... He always photoshops stuff for his videos. Why is that any different? I don't know. I wouldn't...
Nah, me neither, Mike.
Well, we're at 2.5 hours. I think I'm pretty much worn out. I think I'm gonna start winding down. Golly, I was hoping this would have been the more interactive stream, but I guess not. But I'm glad you guys came out. I need people to stream with. But anyway, like I said, guys, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for coming out, the few of you, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's see. Hold on. Kill that.